Well, happy Saturday and good afternoon to you. Dr. Preston Ray Winfrey here. And I must say, what a day it is, and how thankful I am in my little old heart about how good the Lord is. Often we say He's good, and it can sound sometimes so very generic, but how do you really describe the goodness of God? When you think about what He has done, who He is, what He means to us, and how He gives to us new mercies every day. Great is His faithfulness. I'm delighted. I'm delighted to have another chance to speak with you by way of this venue. How are you doing today? How has your week been? I hope that it has been a great week for you. And we just excuse me, we do what we can do and we do the best we can with what we have to work with. And when I check, the Lord always gives me something to work with. And for that, I am eternally thankful. Clothed in my right mind, I have a reasonable portion of health and strength. Had some medical challenges, right? Um, some days, and I wasn't feeling my best. But the Lord brought me through, delivered me from that. And then woke up this morning and checked with my one wife, and she wasn't feeling her best. But time sometimes will bring about change, and she seems to be doing better now than she was this morning. And so for that, I am thankful. Well, today's talk, it asks this question: are you a pretty good judge? Are you a pretty good judge? You know, how well would you say your ability to give good and many times accurate judgments, judgments concerning things, situations, people, character? We are living in a day now and in these times where morals and things that were once accepted as being good and equitable and right are now coming into question. There are those who say that you're supposed to just tolerate whatever comes your way. You shouldn't say anything, you shouldn't cast judgment or dispersion on anyone. After all, who are you to be the judge? Who made you the judge? Well, life itself has taught us that if you do not judge, you can get sick. You can get stuck with something that you don't want to be stuck with. And so judgment is necessary. It's a part of life. And even when it comes to issues of what's godly, you say, well, who determines, who made you God? Well, no one made me God, but the God who made me put something within me that allows me to be in a position to differentiate what's up and what's down, what's in, what's out, what's right and what's wrong. And when my judgment is not as accurate as it need to be, it may be a suggestion that I might need to go back and do my homework. But so much that has been right over the years now has been called into question Some of those things that were pushed literally to a back burner now are completely off the stove. And it has reached a level in life where so many people now are just afraid to say anything. Well, I'll just keep quiet, I'll be silent, and that way I won't upset the apple cart. But how many of you know that if you don't stand for anything, you will fall for everything? This has caused great confusion in our world, believe it or not. Many who are in important positions in life, and many who are making laws and decisions that impact great societies, are making some bad choices and bad decisions. And what is it that we need to do? What is it that we can do? What is it that we should do as it relates to others who are making poor decisions for us? Well, first of all, you won't know if it's a poor decision or bad judgment unless you have options. If you only know one thing, um, that may not be well enough. You need to be able to see both sides of the fence, both sides of the spectrum, so that you can make an intelligent decision. This is uh, something that is so desperately needed today. I think about many of our lawmakers, members of Congress and House of Representatives, judges. You have to ask yourself sometimes, where are they? Do they not understand that because you're in a position, you will be held accountable ultimately at some point? So many just, I believe, have reached a point where they feel it doesn't matter. I'm in a driver's seat, so I get to do it my way. Get to say what I want to say. And especially if your package is in place, then do I really need to worry about the little man who has no package, the little man who's not even on the board? Do I need to be concerned about the least, the lost, the left out, the forgotten? Do I need to worry about those who don't have medical insurance, those who are unemployed, those who are miseducated, let alone those who are undereducated? Do I really need to be concerned about those persons who are brown skinned? After all, they are not even members of society. You know, it's unfortunate that we have made bad judgments. We have put people in office who do not represent us, who do not care for us. And for some reason, like Judas, we gladly accept the 3 bags of silver, later to only realize that those bags worked against us. There's a great need for those who know better to start doing better, taking a firm stand against the powers that be. You know, so often we just kind of bow out graciously and say, well, that's so and so, and I don't want to, upset my friend. I don't want to upset my loved one. I don't want my boo mad with me. But there is a day coming when we all will have to appear before the judge of all creation, and we will each have to give an account of what we did, and particularly the judgments that we have made. I was reading through several passages today, and you know I'm going to share a passage with you. It would be so not right for a preacher not to give you some Bible. But in the book of Isaiah, chapter 20, it reads this, and I'm going to read it from two different translations. The King James says, woe, this is Isaiah chapter 5, verse 20. It says, woe unto them that call evil good, and good evil, and put darkness for light, and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet, and sweet for bitter. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes, and prudent in their own sight. Let me read it from the New International Bible. It reads this way. Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, who put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Wow. Woe, which is not really a good word, it just says shame on you, but probably much stronger than that. It says your day is coming. And isn't it true? So many people do their dirt, make their wrong judgments, and somehow feel as though I'll get off. I'm above the law. I'm greater than the system. There will always be somebody there to bail me out. Well, I must tell you, it really does not matter who bails you out. It doesn't matter in the final analysis of things who declared you not guilty. If the Lord calls you guilty, you're guilty indeed. I'm going to close shortly, but we are told many times in this life, don't judge me. You know, you're not supposed to judge me. And when a person says that, they are really saying to you, you are not supposed to know when I am doing wrong. You are supposed to ignore it. You're supposed to keep silent. And you're basically supposed to just smile. But you know, you have to live with yourself. You have to sleep at night. And ultimately, you must answer to your Creator. I wonder how that's going to work when you can't sleep at night, when your conscience is bothering you, when the Spirit is troubling you and will not allow you to be at ease any longer. How will you answer? Will you be able to say to the Lord, you know, I was not aware of what was going on? You know that's not going to fly because He knows everything. He knows when we're telling the truth, and He knows when the truth can't find us anywhere in range. We have been called to differentiate, to know the difference. We are called to be good judges. And I would challenge you today. Do the right thing. Know the right thing. Have courage to take a stand even when others are going against you. Because after it's all said and done, there's one that we all we'll have to answer to. And that one is not me, it's not you, it's not each other. It's the Creator of heavens and earth, one who sent into this world his only begotten Son, who gave his life as a ransom. Him who said, "You shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free." I'm just wondering today, are you free? Are you free to make good judgment? Are you free to stand even if sometimes it means standing alone? You know, when you stand for what's right, you will never be popular. And if you're more concerned with being popular than you are right, then you'll soon discover that broad is the way that leads to destruction, but straight is the way and narrow is the gate that leads to life. Where are you today? Are you heading on the broad way, or are you on the straight and the narrow? And on the straight and the narrow, there is very little room, little space to do what you want to do. And so may I encourage you today, be a pretty good judge. Be a good judge of character. Be a good judge of things. Be a great judge in general. And if and when you do, you will be amazed. You will discover that the Lord is on your side. Listen, this is Dr. Winfrey saying, I love you. Thank you for joining me today. Have a great rest of today and be encouraged. Always take a stand and be the great judge that the Lord would have you to be. Amen.